Okay. I think, is it working now? All right, there we go. I don't know what was going on, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the like brick, it looks like that connects to the audio source sometimes. It like sometimes wiggles its way out. So I think that's what just happened here. Was it somehow like wiggled its way out? So, oh, fun times, ladies and gentlemen. All right, there we go. We're good now. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I'm glad I like figured it out within the first minute this time around. So that's always good to see. I'm Eli with Pokemon USA. Tuesdays and Thursdays we do lives, answer any and all of your guys' questions. Now, before we jump into it, as always, we do weekly giveaways. All you have to do to enter is leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're also doing a Twitter giveaway. Highly recommend you check that out. Then outside of that, if we ever have spots for the Patreon, I highly recommend you join. I mean, there's a reason why I always say if we ever have spots, because, I mean, there's such high demand for the program to get access to Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Flesh and Blood at wholesale prices. But outside of that, you guys know what it is. Place to be if you want to stay up to date on all things Pokemon USA. Be a part of the community. Check out the Discord. Last fun little announcement as well. So tomorrow, Friday, we're going to be doing a special impromptu stream at 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. For those of you guys that don't know, today is Alex's birthday. Let's all give him a shout out. Happy birthday, Alex, from Nostalgianomics. And we're going to be doing a special birthday stream on his stream tomorrow. So I will be there for that, and I will be officially giving away the Steam Siege cards that we've been sitting on for the past like 4 or 5 months now. So if you want to be a part of that, obviously I still have record of all the people that donated into that, which will be entered in, but it will be announced on Alex's channel, and he will be helping with that. So make sure to check us out there. But all right, let's give a couple of shout out to the people that are here so far on the live stream. Collectible Accounting, SDC, Mikkel, Daddyzar, what's up, PSA Pikachu? Good to see you, brother. Matthew, Ripper, already said Mikkel, Hermit, Connor, Market Scraper, Jason, Gabe, Solitary, Mitchell, Andres, Dentist, the Pokemon Dentist, there we go. Senpai, Average Player, Elru, oh my gosh, guys, holy crap. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna keep going. Eric Bell, NATO5, Corn Hub, Gabe, Davey D, Robert, Package Total, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people so far to say hi to start off the stream, so I am excited to get things rolling. Hopefully you guys are also excited to have a discussion. Obviously the title of the video does not have to match the conversation that we're going to have today, but we might as well pull up TCG Player as per usual. Always have that on the secondary screen just to see what's going on right now in the market. But let me see if we got any questions before we start deep diving in. Obviously, thoughts on 151 a week after release. We're already 3 to 4 times MSRP. They're going to hit $300 before they made to order ones arrive. So my kind of opinion on that, Mikkel, is if we look at the last couple specialty sets. So I don't know why it looks so saturated too. My face looks saturated. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments on that. My personal opinion on that really just comes down to the fact of the matter that if we look at the last couple of specialty sets, the Pokemon Company thankfully has gotten a lot better. Oh wow, there's like a sharpness to this. They've gotten a lot better when it comes to focusing in on reprinting product, which is interesting because, you know, Japan's usually known for its kind of one and done. That's it. They're not going to focus on printing anything else. So for them to come out and basically, you know, address it with V-Star Universe or VMAX Climax, always making sure they have a decent amount of supply, it's definitely optimistic in my personal opinion that we're more than likely going to see at some point a reprint, right? I could be wrong with it. I could be 100% off base, but history more than likely is going to repeat itself with that. So I'd be extremely surprised if at some point we didn't see a reprint happen for a set like this, which is still drastically brand new. And I mean, literally just came out not too long ago. So that's just what my personal opinion on that is for the set. In today's episode of A Bad Lip Reading. Hey Eli, was just gonna say they're gonna be reprints for Evolving Skies. Have you heard anything? I have not heard anything so far. In terms of reprints for Evolving Skies, obviously, you know, I would absolutely love to have reprints for Evolving Skies, but at this point, I've heard zero information. Here's my basic thing. I've said this before. I'll say it again, right? Lost Origins confirmed. Scarlet and Violet's confirmed. Silver Tempest, somewhat confirmed. Not 100% certain yet. Have to talk to my reps or hear more info from my reps about that. Obviously, the Evolving Skies ETBs got debunked. All I can tell you is this. Historically speaking, Pokemon Company does a large drop of reprints, usually right before a new set release or right after a new set release. What is the newest set we're going to have? It's going to be Obsidian Flames. That is going to be in August 11th is when the set releases. Mid-July is when we heard Lost Origin reprints are going to come. It would not surprise me within the next month or so. We're going to hear some other reprints are going to happen that we were not hearing any sort of reports were until the last second. This is what they did at the end of 2021. Basically, where they reprinted Fusion, Chilling, Battle Styles, Evolving Skies. Celebrations obviously got its other multiple waves. Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage, both booster boxes and Elite Trainer boxes to shortly follow thereafter. I think Shining Fates as well also obviously ended up getting a print. The only thing that didn't get a print at that point in the Sword and Shield era was Champion's Path, Base, and Rebel. So we're talking like 6-7 sets, and 2 of those sets, which were Vivid and Darkness, people were stunned that they reprinted them, didn't expect it. It's entirely possible you could see this situation where you see Fusion and Evolving get reprinted and people are stunned about it, or it just doesn't get reprinted at all. Either way, at the end of the day, I don't think we're just going to stop here at Scarlet. We're going to stop here at Lost and Silver. It would not surprise me if we saw some more potential older set stuff come out. But who knows? I could be wrong with that, right? This is all speculative. We just know what we know right now, and just going to hope that history repeats itself. But in terms of Evolving Skies, it's just becoming less and less likely as time goes on. Alrighty. PTCG Radio, I think he said lots of people are confirming ETBs are coming from distribution. Thoughts? It's not. I mean, there's going to be some coming, but it's not a reprint. It's just a small resupply that happened. And like, I'm not to like flame PTCG Radio here, but I used to listen to him. Emphasis on used to. He's extremely inaccurate on a lot of his reprint information and news. I remember there's been multiple videos he's made where he said sets like Shining Legends was going to get a reprint. He's made videos where Battle Styles was out of print. Chilling Reign was out of print. And he's said these videos where they're just done. And like, I've had people that I've had this conversation with, and I've literally re-linked the videos like 3 times, showing the examples of where he's just been wrong time and time again. And don't get me wrong, like, people can be wrong, right? Because obviously I was a month off on reprints. I said we were going to get some kind of news having to do with reprints for Brilliant sometime at the end of February, early March, and it ended up being the end of March, early April, right? But it's one thing if you're off by a month in terms of reprint news. It's another thing if you're just off entirely, right? And you're just consistently off entirely, right? Like, that's, I guess, the point that kind of upsets me the most with him, is just his lack of accuracy a lot of the times. Hidden Fates prices are starting to move up for the first time in years. Yes, they have started to finally, slightly, ever so move up. Not aggressively, slightly, which is why I've been saying it for the longest time. Hidden Fates, it's one of those sets. We've seen what it's done in the past, and it wouldn't surprise me if it does repeat itself. Regarding your video, would you think the upcoming release of OnlyFans... Oh, wait, no, not OnlyFans? No, Obsidian Flames. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I thought you were talking about something else. And 151, I assume is what you mean, draw attention away from base and PE, making them even less desirable. Booster box is going to hit $80. It is entirely possible if that happens. It just depends on how they coordinate it, right? Because if we look at what happened back at the end of 2021, when they did a product dump, Chilling Reign, which was a set that had only had 1 wave, where historically speaking, during the time of the Sword and Shield era, there was always a 2 to 3 wave system. You saw it only have 1 wave because wave 2 was delayed. It's not like Chilling Reign got a reprint. Chilling Reign just got a 2nd wave, right? And it just happens to come out during the same time as everything else. And the booster box price at the time was like selling for like $120, $130. and it went all the way down to sub 75, which was crazy, right? $75 from 120, 130, and you're talking about a set that was very scarce, right? Considering it only had one wave, where the majority of these other sets that got reprints already had 2 or 3 waves printed. So it's totally, entirely possible you could see something like that happen. Talked to Distro today, and we're getting Evolving Skies ETBs. Don't know if it's necessarily a restock or reprint. Yeah, from what my sources have told me, it's a restock. It's not a reprint. I could be wrong, right? We could. I would love to eat crow on this. I would love to be wrong, right? It's not like I want to be right about Evolving Skies product not coming. Here in Belgium, there was a restock of Tempest about a month ago back. Yeah, it's so different. First off, shout out from Belgium. It's so different because, you know, it just varies from country to country, or region to region, I should say. I mean, 151, they're reprinting this set, but 1 box per person, only for Japanese. People are willing to use proxy addresses. Do you think supply can keep up with the demand? I mean, in terms of, do I think supply can keep up to the demand? I think, of course not. It's just going to keep going up in price until they start to get more. My Joester just told me next month I'll have Lost Origin reprinted boosters. Yep, same here, man. I'm excited for it. I respect that. That's why I try to verify before you. Yeah. Didn't Battle Styles have 1 wave? Oh, Battle Styles had 4 waves. Okay, so Battle Styles had wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and then it got reprinted. Battle Styles and Vivid Voltage are the 2 most printed sets in the Sword and Shield era. What are your thoughts on Crown? Well, if you watch the video, Crown is one of my favorite sets to invest in, and I think it's going to do amazing long term. Eli, caution with the Wazzy. His fans are the worst. They're Swifties. Rattle got trolled hard for making the same comment. I mean, but here's the deal, man. I have receipts. Like, bro, you wanna say, oh, they're hardcore fans? Like, okay, that's fine. So what? I have receipts. If you would like, I can go back and like I can show you the receipts. Right? And I've said this before, I'll say it again. Like, yeah, I'm not 100% accurate all the time. I've never claimed it, right? But once again, going back to it, there's a difference of inaccuracy when it comes to the 2 different things, right? When it came to Evolving Skies reprints, I made a video back at the end of last year saying that I am willing to bet my reputation I think I made the video at like near the end of May, and I said if by June we don't hear news of Evolving Skies reprints, I said I would do a case giveaway of Evolving Skies. And guess what happened? Literally 2 weeks later, we got announcements that there was going to be a small reprint for Evolving Skies. And since then, you've never heard me say 100% confirmation. I said it's extremely likely. I said history would repeat itself. It makes sense, but it's not guaranteed. I could be wrong. I've said that many times before. So when I make videos talking about, you know, certain things, very rarely will you hear me talk about confirmation on things unless I'm like, hey, I heard this directly from my rep. I heard this directly from my sources. This is being confirmed, right? And that's something where I trust my rep or I trust my sources, and because I want to be giving you accurate information. But if I do that and I'm consistently inaccurate, that's where there's a problem, right? And when you definitively say something and then you end up being wrong multiple times, it's like, okay, well, where's your credibility there? You know? Eli, I was on TikTok and got banned from PC Crossing Live because I asked about their prices for ES being listed at 800. Dang, that's crazy. Sounds like people don't like it that you are calling them out for scamming. You know? What's your top Crown Zenith product, not including the PC ETB? Well, obviously, I'm no longer into the PC ETB anymore just based on the fact that the price for it has gone up so drastically much, right? Like the PC ETB, I was a huge fan of. It was my #1 pickup for like the year, I think is what I said. I can't remember exactly. You don't quote me on it, but it was like one of my favorite pickups. And I said it was free tendies. But now that the free tendies are gone, it's just not one that I think is worth investing at 120, right? I see a lot of other opportunities. Huge fan of the Morpeko. I love the Morpeko. I think the tins are really good. These are sub MSRP right now. I really like the ping collections. I mean, dude, come on. This is a hard one to say. Ironically enough, my least favorite is actually the ETB. And not because I don't think the ETB will do well, but I think with a lot of specialty products like this, what's going to have the biggest chance of getting a reprint is the Elite Trainer box. It's very rarely that you see a ping collection get reprinted. and historically speaking, it's usually the pink collections that do the strongest, right? Because a lot of people like collecting pink collections. You know, also too, I think the Morpeko is drastically undervalued considering you get it wholesale. And it's literally called the Morpeko playmat union, but if you look at the actual playmat, it has like Marnie as the main centerpiece within the playmat. I wonder if we can see an image of it. There's someone literally just selling off the playmat. But like, look at that playmat. This is straight up just a Marnie, right? So, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. It's just kind of tough for me. Let's analyze Hidden Fates. This is arguably the most hoarder modern set of all time, in my opinion. I don't know about that. Because we can't define any of that, right? We don't know what a hoarder set can be defined as, just based on the fact of the matter that there's just not statistics to back any of that up, right? Like, I can't go in and say Evolving Skies is the most hoarded set because it's at 400. It's like, no, that doesn't make any sense. It's just got a large amount of demand for the set, but that doesn't mean that the reason why is because everyone's hoarding product and there's no supply available. Like, there's just, it's just a really different, you know, situation that it's hard to make that argument on. Do you think PSA is going to lower the bulk submission price anytime soon? Spencer, I would like to believe so, as I am not putting in submissions right now to PSA. I want to wait because I still think $15 is expensive. I like $12. For me, I'm holding off on the chance that they're going to do $12 at some point. Is the premium Zacian Zamazente the last product to release? Yep. It is the last one of the specialty products for Crown Zenith to be released. Then we're moving on. So, I mean, that doesn't obviously mean that we're not going to potentially get Crown Zenith reprints. Wouldn't surprise me if we did. Wouldn't surprise me if we didn't, but... what's the Chase juice box on the newest V-Star Universe set? I do not know what you mean by that. Fusion Strike singles are underpriced. I have said that, you know, we've had some haters in the channel that disagree. But I have said that I think the the Celebi from this set is drastically undervalued. I think this is a gorgeous card. And if you look at the chart, it did hit as high as $37, and now it's just on the decline again. And it's down at $27. So from its high point, it's dropped already $10. And an alt art like this, I think, is too gorgeous to pass up on. So I would definitely agree there are some singles that are worth it. Chances of the next potential shiny set, Shiny Treasure Seals, the Thunder of 151. I think people will get burned on 151 before English drops, and they'll flock the new shiny Japanese set to drop. I don't think people are going to get burned by 151. I don't think they are. It's kind of like saying in the Sun and Moon era, because we can't really give this example in the Sword and Shield era because we didn't have a specialty set following up before Shining Fates, right? Shining Fates was the first specialty set. It's like saying that if you got in Dragon Majesty and then they followed it up with Hidden Fates, you were going to get burned, right? Which you didn't. And now maybe you're saying that's not a good argument because Dragon Majesty was such a more scarce set. But that's kind of the best example I can give because the set previous to Shining Fates was Hidden Fates. And obviously Hidden Fates perform better than Shining Fates because it's a drastically better set. So it's really one of those situations where you can't really, you know, compare it to that. And right now 151 is looking like a phenomenal set. So it's just going to do well. And I don't think it's going to get overshadowed at all. Because if we use that same exact logic or rationale, then by that means Evolving Skies it should have been overshadowed by Celebrations, which it obviously wasn't, as Evolving Skies performed extremely well. You can't overshadow a good set. You can only overshadow a bad set, is how I like to look at it, right? You had a set like Fusion Strike get overshadowed by being sandwiched in between Evolving Skies and Celebrations. That's just the reality of the situation, right? It had Amazing Set right before, it has an Amazing Set right after. You didn't see the latest V-Star Universe were tempered with juice boxes? It's on Reddit. It just fell flat. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Wait, tempered with juice boxes? What does that even mean? How does that happen? Does someone want to link that for me? And I can look at that. I did not know that. That is a new one for me. Can't wait for Sword and Shield Air loose packs to hit $10, you know? Sadly, it might happen sooner than later. Or happily, depending upon which side you're on. 151 is SV card template, but with original Pokemon. You know? Is Pokemon going to introduce something new to the latest SV, like a tag team and or trainer gallery? Well, as we've seen, historically speaking, there's always some form of new artwork that's introduced in the second half of generations. So if we go back and look at the Sword and Shield era, what did we have? We had, how many sets? We had base set. Then what we are right now at Paldea Evolved, aka Rebel Clash. Darkness is going to be Obsidian. 151 is going to be Champion. Then we're going to get 3 sets after 151. Or sorry, 2 sets after 151. Then more than likely, we're going to transition into the new art design, or maybe not transition. It depends. Because let's think. Hold on. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sets before we got alternate arts in the Sun and Moon era. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, yeah. You never really know, ladies and gentlemen. You never really know. I mean, when did we transition in? I mean, but they didn't really do anything special with XY in terms of second half arts being better. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, 9, 10. Yeah, folks. I mean, we had 10 sets before they got better art designs with the tag teams. And here it was only 6 sets. Yeah, I don't know, man. It could literally be anywhere between the next 6 to 10 sets is kind of what my prediction is. I mean, it could be sooner than that, right? But that's kind of what my general belief would be. So prediction, sometime early next year or early to middle of next year, we'll hear news about the new art designs. Hot take, Celebrations wasn't good in my opinion, but fair point. Hey, Celebrations, it's gonna do well long term. That's all I can say. Google it, he says. That's the juice box reseal he was talking about. All right, let's take a look at this. V-Star Universe Juice resale scam on Zen Market, Mercari, Japan. The boxes were sold as unopened with shrink wrap, and the boxes were shrink wrapped, but when I opened, they mostly contained only juice boxes. Yikes, buddy. Yikes. That's insane. Dude, that's rough. I'd be so pissed. Yeah. What's the team up reprint gonna drop? Yeah, right. What's after SV? Are they gonna do a Gen 2 and so on since they're doing 151? No. 150. I mean, let's be honest here, guys. There's always a set that the Pokemon Company each generation does that has some sort of iteration with the 3 starters. I mean, it's not like always going to be like evolution type or 151 type, but it's always going to have an emphasis on the 3 starters within each set, right? So for us in the Sword and Shield era, that would be the Celebration set. For us in the Sun and Moon era, that would be arguably, depending upon how you want to look at it, Cosmic Eclipse or Unbroken Bonds, because that obviously had the 3 starters. I would say it's probably closer to Cosmic Eclipse, just because it happened to have more than just 3 starters. It had a bunch of other cards that were also part of base, right? And then with XY era, you had the Evolution set. I don't think we had that for the Black and White era. Maybe Legendary Treasures, I guess you could consider that. But let me actually take a look at Cosmic and see in terms of the 3 trio. It still upsets me we never got a shiny Venusaur or Blastoise. But let's see. So in terms of, Yeah, I mean, you had red and blue. You had Red's Peak. I mean, come on, guys. Yeah, you definitely had a lot of cards from base set. I would say Cosmic is definitely closer to that in terms of, you know, the starter set for Gen 1. The irony is that the juice boxes were made in the USA. That is kind of funny. The guy was stupid, though. I mean, there's a lot of people that just take unnecessary risks. I don't know. It's like the funniest thing to me because I always hear people say they never want to buy loose packs on eBay because they've been weighed. I will tell you guys firsthand, I bought well over 200 to 300 loose packs of Diamond and Pearl Platinum era packs, and only one of them has ever been tampered with. I've pulled multiple level X's. And this is recent, like, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this isn't like something that I did when I was, you know, 10 years ago. You can still find unweighted packs. It's just, you gotta make sure that you're not just buying from the guy with zero reviews and or 5 reviews and 3 of them were it's a scam, right? And then be like, I wonder if it's a scam, like stuff like that. I don't know, it's interesting. I remember when Eli was packing Hidden Fates ETBs were boxes of Breakpoint blisters for like 300. Oh gosh, dude, that's OG. That's back in the day. Literally, for those of you guys that don't know, when I first started off, literally to market myself, what I did was, so I created my own website by myself from scratch, and then I started by marketing myself. I joined the TCG Deals Discord channel, and I literally would just message people in the general chat and be like, hey guys, I just started my business. I have access to distribution. I have a list of products available. What do you guys think is a good price that you'd be willing to buy this product at? And literally, I just gave a list and I said, what prices would you guys buy it at? And I just sold it to people at that price just so that I could build spend up, because I just wanted to do whatever I could. And the items I had the most of were Roaring Sky sleeve blisters, Breakpoint sleeve blisters, Steam Siege sleeve blisters. I mean, literally a bunch of XY era sleeve blisters. So yeah, that's super throwback, dude. I have to spend $2,000 what to buy. I invest in VMAX now without the Milligan sign. What's the hot topic? I mean, there's a lot of hot topics. It's a chain, if I'm correct, right? No, I'm just kidding. The hot topic, we're talking about the juice box from the V-Star universe, and then I'm talking about sets after 151. First time I'm late to the stream. What's up, Joker? Good to see you as always, brother. What about the Lugia box from GameStop? Well, the only thing I can say about the Lugia box from GameStop is it's GameStop, and I don't buy GameStop until it's on discount. That's my rule for GameStop. Never buy from them until it's on discount because they always are expensive until then. You bought this, you bought the Lunala for $35 last November, and now prices are up. I know, right? What happened is people started to look at Team Up and said, ooh, this is good. And they're like, Unbroken Bonds, ooh, this is good. Ooh, this is good. I mean, this is insane, folks. Probably also because they're like, oh, it's a lily. It has a lily in it, right? That's insane, though, to me. That is insane. It's going for that much. So word on the streets that Evolving Skies... Nope, it's not confirmed. Stop. It's not confirmed. Stop it. It's not confirmed. I wish it was confirmed. It is not confirmed. People keep saying it's confirmed. It's not a reprint. It's a resupply, and it's a tiny one. It is not a reprint. People need to stop saying it's a reprint. I'm going to go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just go to my distro page and see if it's even available on some of my distros. All right, let me take a look. I can't obviously show this to you guys, but I'm going to look at one of my distros pages right now. I'm going to scroll through and I'm going to look and I'm going to say, oh, is there any sort of Evolving Skies that I see on the page? And the answer is probably going to be no. All right, so far, keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Oh, I see Paldea Evolved, everyone's favorite. Still readily available. There's so much of it on distro. It's insane. Oh, looks like I just went through all of their inventory on one of my distros. No Evolving Skies. Okay, all right. Well, let's move on to the next one. Let's see if there's some more in terms of my other distro. Do they have Evolving Skies available? That's just open order, right? Or at least on limited supply. And here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen, as well. My rep would have called me if this was true, because my rep is always quick to be like, yo, Eli, we got this product coming in. You want it? And I'm like, hell yeah, brother. And even if it's not available in stock right now, he would still give me the word and be like, yo, this is going to be coming. Be ready. And I haven't heard any sort of information. And the other sources that I've discussed this with, they've said that there's a small amount that's coming, but it's not a reprint. So reprint is just a term that people use so flexibly. This is nuanced though. This guy did his first ever purchase on Buyee. Bought 600 boxes and opened every one after finding out the first one was tampered with. Didn't open a case or return right after. Dude, what an idiot. Why would you do that? Why would you literally open every single one? Like, open one, realize it's a scam, and move on. Like, what? That's insane. Pokemon still has so many CE packs to put out. Could have been reprinted. That was only set to on Amazon big box stores like Wally World. Cosmic is available to product at Target and Pokemon Center, FYI. It is if you find the right Pokeballs, the D21 Pokeballs, and then also as well, there's been some Orbeetle V boxes that have been showing up at Targets recently that are second print, and they have Evolving and Cosmic in it, which is insane. I know you keep it 100, Eli, so when you find out there's a restock, I'm ready, baby. Hey, I want to make sure that if there is a reprint, I don't want to immediately jump on the bandwagon and say it's a reprint. I'll talk about the rumors all day, but I ain't going to confirm or deny until I know 100% with certainty. Even if I'm late, even if I'm not the first, right? I don't want to be that guy that's the first before everyone and then it's just like completely whiffs, right? %, confirmed. Comes with Lugia beverage holder in Ilias promo. Cosmic is available. What is 100% confirmed? Cornhub. I check a bunch of targets, but no Orbeetle V boxes. That sucks. I grabbed a couple of Eternius tins that showed up on Pokemon Center today. We'll see if there's older packs of Evolving Skies and BS inside of it. You never know, man. Packaging is always so deceiving. Average player though, you don't live in the US. You live in the UK, or I can't remember where you live in Europe. Right? But that's completely different. US versus the UK are completely different. And here's the thing, man. This ES, Evolving Skies ETB reprint, could be not even within the US. It could be something outside the US. So like we need to make sure that that is also known, that the two don't correlate. If there was a reprint that happened for booster boxes in Australia, it doesn't mean that's coming to the States. It just means it's happening in Australia. Eli Apple? Wow, that is an insult. I am not Eli Apple. I've got better coverage skills than that, thank you, good sir. Alright, have a good one, brother. Collector Store is selling 2020 trainer toolkits for $19.90. Just the 4 packs alone are worth the purchase. I think you can, honest to God, find them cheaper. I would be surprised if you couldn't find them for cheaper. What are they selling for right now? $22.55. Really? That's kind of interesting. Are they selling 2023 card sleeves finally? It's about dang time they're selling these card sleeves. When was the last one that was sold? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta start selling these because you guys want to know how many of them I have? Like 400. I have like 400 of these, so we're gonna We're definitely going to want to crash the market on these items. We're definitely going to want to crash the market on these items. I also have a crap ton of the 2022 ones. In terms of sleeves. How often do these ones sell? Not too crazy often, but if they sell, they sell, right? Who cares? If they sell, they sell. That's what I said prior, why I said it might not be for you. Okay, cool. I didn't hear that part. Should I pick up Astral Case of 10 for $280? And for Elite Trainer boxes? That's a great price. I don't think that's bad at all. I mean, I could be wrong. What's Astral ETBs going for right now? Let's take a look on TCG Player. They are going for, yeah, that's a great price, my guy. If you can pick it up for that cheap, I don't see why not. They definitely reprinted Evolving Skies a few months back. Yes, they did the ETBs. They reprinted the ETBs. I want to say, I don't know if it was a couple months ago. I thought it was last year. I thought it was like late last year they did the ETBs, if I'm correct. But I don't know about a couple months ago. At least in the States they haven't, right? Oh, that reminds me. I saw some back to school pencil cases, which I don't know if these are the new ones or the old ones, but there was some back to school pencil cases that they were showing most recently at Costco. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but they're selling these at Costco. Okay, so here's what it looks like it is. Chilling and Rebel, Fusion. I mean, this is... yeah, that's kind of tough. Kind of tough to justify that, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs for $33 a piece. I think it was $29 in store. That's $4 a pack. I could be wrong though. It could have Evolving, but even then it's still not worth it. Even when you include the promos and the coins. But I don't know if you guys have seen this right now. Available now. Yellow card sleeve, ship Tyvek and jail stamps. Ayo. There was somebody at PokeFun, a store here in February, had 300 plus blisters hanging, got restocked every 2 weeks for like a month and a half, so 1,000 blisters in 2 months out of nowhere. That's insane. My mom was someone who was selling his stuff and got an ESETB for 25. I got some celebration lunch boxes for 25 a piece. That's an insane deal. Wow. Shout out to you on that one. But yeah, I wish this was cheaper. Even at $29, it's just such not a good deal. Am I tripping, ladies and gentlemen? Is it better than I realize? Or is it just this bad? What's up, Justin? Good to see you as always, brother. Hopefully all is well with you. I wish I had more money when they had the ESETBs and the tins together. Oh, that was such a good deal. Where they had the Elite Trainer box and the like the EV tins. God, fantastic. Dude, Costco slaps when it comes to Pokemon deals. Part of me is like, do I get a Sam's Club too whenever they have it? What's up, Don? Good to see you as well. Also, brother. We got a lot of OGs in the chat today, ladies and gentlemen. You know who's someone we haven't seen in a while? Who's busy all the time these days? It's John Doe. Haven't seen him in a while. And then we also haven't seen Travis. Haven't seen our old mod Travis in a while. I know he's been going through it, so shout out to Travis if you ever listen to this. Eli, are people getting tired of Charizard? All the top cards in every set have gone up past year except the Charizard. Champions Path, Darkness Blaze, XY, Evolutions, Generations. Interesting question. I would say... I need water. I would say the answer is no. I don't think it is something that people are getting sick of. And there's a couple of reasons why. One, because in the set Brilliant Stars, as much as we think that this is drastically undervalued, Charizard, whenever it's in a set, is still the most expensive card within the set as long as it's one of the main chases. That has not changed whatsoever. Two, the sets that do have Charizards are still sets that perform extremely well. Champions Path ETBs are already double MSRP. They've been sitting there for longer than they should. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they went up more in the next year or two. Brilliant Stars obviously has been one of the booster boxes before the small supply. It was, it was racing to 200 a booster. So you've got that in terms of Brilliant. You've got Champions Path or Darkness Ablaze, which were as garbage as the cards are, right? The set itself, in terms of the booster box, is going for 150. I mean, this is a set that has been a performer, dude. Like, this set has done nothing but go up. And it's funny because you look at this chart and you're like, oh, but it took a crash, right? No, it didn't. It's just that this doesn't recognize, the chart sometimes doesn't recognize the difference between sleeved and actual full-on, like, sealed booster. So it's like, this is just going up, man. So in terms of, do I think people are sick of Charizards? Not until sealed product that have Charizards in it start to do bad will I believe that. A few months ago, Krograt's and ES booster packs, and I bought them all. My man, Justin. My fiance literally found 10 Arceus boxes in Darkrai V-Star that were up last year Black Friday. Deal. I'm happy. Dude, Arceus V-Boxes. That, I mean, you guys remember my stance on the Arceus V-Boxes. V-Box. Let's take a look and see where that is. Remember how high I was on that box, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. How has it been performing? So it is pushing $40. I think last time we looked, it was like 36, 37. So, I mean, it's going up still. It's going up. I mean, I think this is going to be one that's just going to... There's going to be one point where it's just going to soar. It's going to pop off at some point. Because, I mean, this is just such a good specialty box. This is such a good specialty box, man. I'm so high on this still. Can't wait for the next rotation to see which sets perform the best. I mean, dude, that's literally what we're going to see here with the first half of the Sword and Shield era. Alex was making the argument because Charizard is not the most expensive card in Cosmic. Apparently, Charizard was falling off. I don't understand that argument. Yeah, I love Alex, but I don't know if I would agree with that. Literally, it has nothing to do with the fact of the matter that the Charizard in Cosmic is not the most... Okay, let me just make sure that I'm understanding this. I think... Alex was making the argument, but because Charizard is not the most expensive card in Cosmic, apparently Charizard was falling off. No, the reason why Charizard is not the most expensive card in Cosmic is because it's a rainbow and not an alternate art. That's the reason why. Or it's not a waifu. Listen here, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, Charizard will always do well, but it's never gonna be the best card in a set if it's not going to be the main chase card, right? Like, is it a chase card? Yeah, of course, it is a chase card, but that doesn't mean it's a main chase card. When you look at a set, right, when there's a bunch of rainbow cards, let's say there's a set that has a bunch of Charizards, right? A perfect example of a set that has a bunch of Charizards is going to be Flashfire, right? When I go take a look at a set like Flashfire, what are the main chases? Charizards, obviously, right? But there's layers to it. It's not like if I pull a regular Charizard EX that all of a sudden, boom, I hit the main chase pull, right? It's a chase, but it's not the main chase because you've got other Charizards here going for 100, 200, 300 bucks. So people need to understand and be able to differentiate from the fact of the matter that when it comes to a Charizard in a set, it depends on the rarity of the card and the art design of a card within that set. And so when I go look at a set like Cosmic and I apply this same exact kind of example, I look at the Charizard, okay, well, yeah, it's a Charizard, but it's a rainbow Charizard, and people don't really care about rainbows as much as they used to when you've got amazing trainer cards, including waifus, that are just absolutely insane. You've got cards as well, such as these alternate art designs for these characters, right? In Cosmic Eclipse. It has nothing to do with people hate the Charizard. I guarantee you, if there was a alternate art Charizard in this set, it would perform extremely well. And it would perform drastically better than this card. This would be this good of performing card, and you could argue that Charizard would be one of the top cards, either at Rose's level or right below it. What are my thoughts on Shining Fates, Darkrai V-Star, etc.? Not a fan of Darkrai V-Star, the collection box, if that's what you're referencing, but I am a fan of Shining Fates. I think ETBs will still do well long term. I think you need to get Alex on here. Hurt my feelings with his video this morning. His video this morning? Alex's video this morning. What is Alex's video that he posted this morning? Let's take a look. Nostalgianomics. Pokemon investing in Charizard is dead. Oh, this was posted yesterday, I think. So that's what you're saying in reference to. Well, hey, I'm gonna be on his stream tomorrow, and I can have a conversation with him then. Today's his birthday, so he's taking the day off, but tomorrow we're gonna be doing a fun little birthday stream with him, so. Investment tip of the day: buy all Darkness Blaze and Red Bull Clash ASAP. I have 5 of the Arceus boxes. Let's go, Don. That stupid moment, you know, almost every top end card in Cosmic Eclipse. Hey, who said that's a stupid moment, man? Alex did show where Charizard is losing value in some sets, so you need to look at the set versus the card. Are people sick of Pikachu sets? Obviously not. What are your thoughts on the Orbital V-Box that has been found? I think it's awesome if you can find it. There are nuances these graphs aren't showing, correct? But it is a tag team Charizard, and tag teams are going wild right now. I mean, like, yes and no. Like, sure, you can say that the Charizard card, right, if you look at it and how it's been performing in the past year, like, it hasn't been going crazy, right? But there's, like Average Player said, there's nuances to the charts, right? Like, it's easy to look at these rainbow cards and say to ourselves that, you know, a lot of them are just going up because they're a quote-unquote tag team card. But I feel as if you can't just look at this face value and immediately say that it's going to go up drastically because it's a tag team rainbow, right? Like, because if you look at this chart, it's only showing us within the past year. But this is a card that's basically been sideways for the past 2 years. It's gone up, but it's also gone down. I don't know. It's tough for me to say because the question is it an argument of the card is not performing well because it's a tag team and tag teams are going up? Or is it a question of the card is not performing well because there's a bunch of alternate arts in this set and it happens to be a rainbow, but it should still do well because it's a Charizard, you know? Like, I don't know because there's just so much nuance to that question, right? Like, I don't know. Not a fan of Orbital V-Boxes, even though they have Evolving and Cosmic. Dude, I mean, that's insane value. I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks this, but even the Arceus statue is highly underrated in artwork. I don't know, man. I'm a huge fan of the Arceus statue artwork. I think it's incredible. And if you look at the price of how it's performed, I would definitely say it's not undervalued considering how much it just keeps going up. Man, I remember I could pick this up for $250 and I told myself I was going to own it at one point in a PSA 10 for $250 and I missed out because I'm a dunce. Hello, happy Eli and Alex on the stream. That'd be awesome. Hey, Alex was on my stream like 2 weeks ago. So him and I are on each other's stream more frequent than I feel like people realize. He just comes on my stream more than I go on his. I think I've only been on his stream once, to be fair. Eli, ready to go to war for me? Eli, with D21 Pokeballs, should you break for them or save them? Break them, of course. I mean, the value is not the Pokeball. The value is the packs. That's why they're so expensive. Eli's about to ruin his birthday with the debate? No, it's not. Oh my gosh. Not to mention too, right? Like, I can go in and I can probably dissect his video. But at the end of the day, it's like, all I can say is this. The Pokemon Company, when it comes to sealed product, is going to keep pumping out sets that are going to have Charizard in it because people like to pull Charizards. Now, is it a question of, and I don't know because I haven't watched the video guide, so I need more context, right? Is it a debate of Charizard sets are performing bad? Is it Charizard cards that are performing bad? Is it Charizard art designs are performing bad? Like, what is the exact context? Because for me personally, when I go look at it, and we look at the Charizard sets in the past several years, they've been performing extremely well, right? If we go look at the Charizard cards, they are still time and time again the best performing cards within the Sword and Shield era sets, unless it is not a main hit. What do I mean by that? Like a Radiant Zard. Radiant Zards are easy to pull. It's not going to be the best one, but like a Shiny Zard or an alternate art Zard, like they're easy to pull, right? Like that's kind of it. I personally think that the Charizard alternate art is drastically undervalued in Brilliant Stars and it should do well. Just because it's undervalued doesn't mean that it's, you know, a bad performer long term, because history has yet to show that Charizard is going to be a bad performer long term, because historically it's performed good always. Right? So unless we have some form of evidence that shows Charizard does not perform well, then it's like, you know, you're saying it should spike to Moonbreon level. I mean, here, what's the price right now for the card on eBay? Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, GX 221, I think is what it is. PSA 10. What's it going for right now? It is currently selling for so much more. Oh, yikes there, buddy. It's selling for so $850. I mean, this is insane to me that this card is selling for as much as it is. That's such a shame. What's the condition of this card? It's like, why is it going for so cheap? Such a shame, man. I say it's a shame because I wanted to be able to pick it up for a lot more of an affordable price, but looking at how it is, as expensive it is now, it's kind of hard to justify. You know? Kind of hard to justify. At that point, I might as well just go buy a 10 that I think is worth cracking and just, or a 9 that's worth cracking and try and get a 10. Yeah, it just once again depends, man. It just once again depends because I mean, the only set that you can say has performed extremely poorly in the Sword and Shield era that has a Charizard in it is Shining Fate, and the only reason why it's performed poorly is because it literally has been reprinted into the ground. Like, the set has been printed brutally. I agree, Alex. I also think it should be 200 plus. First time watching your content was today. Listened to you all day at work while building a house. You got good, valuable content. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you, Kyle. Also, Charizard cards throughout this entire year have been down. Look at sets through XY. You'll see Charizard's 2 now is down, including Hidden Fates. Well, to be fair, though, if we look at the reason why Charizards from Hidden Fates are down, it really just comes down to the fact of the matter that, I mean, well, technically they are starting to go up now, finally, for Hidden Fates. But the reason why it was, for the longest time, going down was just based on the fact of the matter that there was a large amount of reprinted Hidden Fates product, and people sent in a large amount of them off to PSA, and PSA was closed, and the delays for the submission returns were upwards of a year long, right? And so because of that, you saw this card drastically become harder to find in sub $1,000, and then when it, you know, PSA opened the floodgates again, it started to crash drastically, and when the price of PSA cards start to drastically crash, then so is the sealed for the 10, right? That's kind of why you saw prices for this drastically go down, because of how readily available these cards are. Obviously prices are now starting to go up again. I mean, you've seen a 20-30% increase on some of these cards. I mean, but I've been saying this for the longest time, back in the day when these cards were like cheap. I mean, we're gonna see this exact same trend happen with the Sword and Shield era. Like, there's no denying that these cards are all of a sudden gonna get a random juice. I mean, some of these cards are arguably drastically undervalued. I mean, you remember when this Mewtwo was selling for like $100 a piece? Like, I don't know, folks. I don't know. It's interesting because some of these cards were as low as 16, now they're 25. I mean, they're performing better within the past year. They're starting to perform better. You need to take a road trip to Kentucky a week ago. Saw Cosmic Unbroken Bonds Unified Minds packs in a mom and pop shop. I mean, it's crazy to think how many of sets how many of these older sets you're gonna randomly be able to find in these mom and pop shop stuff. Man, I love this shiny Gardevoir card. It's so gorgeous. I agree. Japanese card that showed Venusaur attacking Charizard is very pricey, so I don't see what the chart. Well, I mean, Japan is always going to be a completely different market than English. I would say that the Charizard UPC messed with the overall Charizard desire. I don't know. It's hard to say, man, because it has nothing to do with the lack of demand. It has to do with the huge amount of supply. There's so much supply of the Charizard UPCs. Speaking of Charizard sets, what are your allocations like for Obsidian Flames? Amazing. I almost got twice as much supply as I did for the previous set for booster boxes, and I got more than triple the amount of supply that I got for the Elite Trainer boxes. So I got a lot of Obsidian. What are my top picks? Well, I posted the full video yesterday, Quad, so if you want to go watch it, you can. But we're just overviewing some other things today with the Q&A. Mewtwo GX from Shining Legends. I have that in a like really good condition, raw. It says right now that, I mean, the price of this card has just been skyrocketing too. You're starting to see a lot of people find appreciation for the Sun and Moon era cards. It's about time. I will say though, this Shining Mew is drastically undervalued. Can't believe how cheap it is. It's crazy to me how cheap this card is. What's your opinion on people pushing Japanese prices onto the English market, like what happened to Tag Team from Alt recently? What do you mean pushing Japanese prices onto the English market? Are you talking about there being more, relevantly available Japanese product in the English market, which is causing it so that there's a huge new influx of demand coming in because you have a country that is now feeding into more demand and less supply? I assume that's probably what you mean by that. It's so funny. I always look at prices of cards going up, and it always makes me sad seeing card prices go up. Because I'm like, man, I want to collect this card, but this card's been going down though. Look at the Tapu Lele card. That's just been continuing to go down. Yikes, that's crazy how that card just keeps dropping. I mean, how much would it cost for you at this point to go in and buy this entire set? I remember I did the math, and it was like a year ago. It was like $1,000. So I'm curious how much more it is now. Like if it's drastically more. These price swings are hurting. I know. I know. It hurts the heart to see it. I mean, some of these cards are still going down. Some of them have gone up. Obviously, the high demand ones. Some of them have gone down. Just depends on the card. You picked up the Ash's Pikachu promo? Oh, right on. Those PSA prices, yeah. I mean, time is going to tell, though, ladies and gentlemen, on what's going to happen with the alternate arts in the Sword and Shield era. But you want to hear my prediction, right? So we're going to have either the first half of the alternate art era in Sword and Shield rotate out in either after Worlds of this August, or it's going to go early next year. With that, my kind of personal opinion on what's more than likely going to happen to follow that shortly is you're going to see a lot of these alternate art cards just perform extremely well. Like, you're going to see cards like this Galarian Moltres and cards like the Blaziken and cards like the Zapdos Articuno just completely go crazy. And that's one of the reasons why, as well, when I go back and I talk about it with Fusion Strike, I think you could see cards such as the Celebi also pop off. I think this is such a drastically undervalued card. Like, it's such a gorgeous card. Like, if we just look at the overall market on how these cards have just continued to perform, they've continued to drastically perform well. Here's the ultimate question, though, right? Let's go look at Team Up, right? And say which has been a better performer. And obviously the charts never tell the full story. But if we look and we see, starting from the start of the year, this was going for 290, and it's now going for, I mean, recent sold 1,000. So it's 3x'd, right? And if we go take a look at how the Team Up booster box has performed in the past year, we can say 876 all the way up to most recent sale 2,000. So it's one of those things where the card itself, or the best performing card, has performed slightly better than the sealed product itself, which is kind of funny because then we go to the Elite Trainer box and we look at how the Elite Trainer box has performed, and we're like, okay, actually the ETBs perform the worst out of the both of them most recently. I mean, talking about not even a 100% return, even though ironically enough it's been the best performing out of the 3 items just from a general percentage yield perspective. Actually, wait, is that correct though? Because if this item was really available at $40 and now it's going for a 12x return, and this item was available at $100 and now it's going for $2,000, ladies and gentlemen, the booster box has now outperformed the ETB, and it's done it handsomely too. Wow, that's actually interesting. Is that an argument to be made that the team up ETB is undervalued, or that the booster box is overvalued? I mean, you gotta kind of wonder with that, right? When do you think they will release the picks of the cards for Obsidian? They always release the cards for the picks of Obsidian first in Japan. And their set is going to be July 28th, I want to say. So for us, probably sometime like July 25th, July 26th. So we're about a month away from them releasing the cards. What's up, Christian? What is up there, Tom? Good to see you, brother. I pulled the Galarian Zapdos alt art. Please go crazy. When do you think they were already answered that question? Morning, Eli. PTG Radio calling Evolving Skies reprint. Ideas on that. I've said it before. I'll say it again on this stream like for the 3rd time. I don't trust PTCG Radio as a valid source of information. Stacking up Zard alts from Brilliant. Hey, there you go. That's one. That is one that is ridiculously undervalued. And Tina alts when it drops. I mean, it's not a bad idea to pick up, right? I mean, it's so interesting to see how these cards have just been performing compared to sealed products. Like, you guys know I'm a huge fan of sealed because they're deflationary and the value of them long term typically tends to hold their weight because they're just so much safer to buy sealed than singles. But I mean, if we're at least looking at cards going back to, I mean, gosh, obviously it's anything in the Sun and Moon era. It's performed well, but even like looking at cards in Battle Styles, we'll take a look at cards like Battle Styles and some of the alt arts there. Let's take a look and see how they've performed. The T-Tar 74 to 111 compared to if you bought the booster box. Okay, so here's the question, right? When this was at its low of $70 and now it's going for 111. Which was a better investment? The T-Tower by $5, technically speaking, compared to the booster box. And it's going to be, a T-Tower is much cheaper to ship, too. Oh, it's interesting, folks. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how these cards have performed. The Empoleon, I mean, the Empoleon is a card that performed extremely well, and now it's going down again. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I would like to believe that, for me, it's one of those things where I've always been a huge believer of sealed over singles just because they're just so much safer in the long term. But you could see a huge wave of alternate art buys for Sun and Moon when this goes out of rotation. Pick all the alt arts and just, yeah, right? Just get a bunch of alt arts and invest in them. What is your take on the Gala Lugala art that I just picked up? Is it one of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen? Hot take, but Gengar VMAX Altar is the second best artwork in the Sword and Shield era, so I think that's potentially at 500-600. I own 3 myself with potential for like 6-7 more. I mean, I think that it's a. I think the Nala Lugala and the Solgala they're gorgeous cards, right? In terms of what I think is going to be the best for alternate arts, it's hard to say, man. The V all for people on budget. The VMAX is the ones you buy you have to buy for real, high in value, just personal opinion. Well, my only counter argument to that would be if we go take a look at Chilling Reign, for example. The performance of the Galarian V Moltres has been extremely well. Obviously, we've seen it go sideways most recently. But I mean, this is a card that is a V, and it's not a VMAX, and it's one of the best performing cards in the set. Right? I mean, Blaziken, obviously, being a VMAX, is still performing the best out of all of them, but I don't know. Remember this card was worth $80? Look at how it's just doubled. Like, LMFO, Eli is a savage. Rattle is no longer on the monthly podcast with Cool Trainer Ryan and PK because Rattle came at PCG Radio, and I completely agree with you. Seems like he just makes videos. Wait. So, Rattle is no longer on the monthly podcast with Cool Trainer Ryan and PK because Rattle came at PTCG Radio, and I completely agree with you. Seems like he just makes videos to keep up with the algorithm. So wait, you're telling me that PTCG Radio was attacked by Rattle, and he's not allowed on the podcast because he was attacked by Rattle? Is that correct, Justin? And Pullian, I believe, is a sleeper as well. Fair enough, average player. But you also have demand that's still going to play a huge factor. Super curious if Pokemon will replace the alt arts. Are you nervous they can't top themselves and will end up reduced? Seeing the demand for the new sets with bad replacements? Not really. I mean, they know what works for them, and until people get sick of them, I don't see why they would. Same concept with rainbows. People got sick of rainbows, but people haven't gotten sick of golds, which is why golds have stuck around since the Diamond and Pearl era. Right? Isn't that when golds were first introduced? If I'm correct. I could be wrong. I don't think there were any EXs that had gold cards. You pick up alt arts is like investing in an ETF. Have you looked at the full art trainers yet? So are we talking about full art trainers like Sonya, for example? Because, I mean, you guys remember Sonya and how she's performed? I mean, look at this just in the past month. Like, this just feels artificial. I mean, if that's real, ladies and gentlemen, then I feel like Boss's Orders is drastically undervalued by that same logic. Well, the Moltres is a fan favorite. Alts that aren't fan favorites don't perform in general. Well, yes, of course. I guess the point that I'm making is that just because it's a VMAX card doesn't mean that a V can't perform better. Like, in theory, you say a fan favorite VMAX is going to perform better than a fan favorite V. Yes, of course, that is how it's going to work. That's why the Leafeon VMAX and the Glaceon VMAX perform better than the V. General scarcity. But I'm saying if you have like a VMAX, I don't know, like Slowpoke, right? Or I mean the perfect example would be the Urshifu VMAX compared to the Tyranitar V. Obviously, the Tyranitar V is a fan favorite card, so it's going to perform better. That's all I'm saying. That's, I guess, the point that I'm making with that. Having trouble picking out a binder for my more expensive cards. Any recommendations? I like the 25th anniversary Premium Pro binder. Huge fan. Eli, your Twitter is about to be bombarded by Rossi fan clubs after this live. Okay. And I just will ignore it. Like, what? I don't like live on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, but I don't live on Twitter. Like, I have a life. Like listen, man. Like, they can hate me all they want, but like I said before, like, I used to follow PTCG Radio. I did. I used to follow him because I stayed up to date, because he's usually pretty good about being active in the community and making videos about what is going on. But then after I saw him make his third or fourth video about a prediction of what's going on when it comes to reprints, and he was wrong once again for like the fourth time in a row, I stopped watching him. You can hate me all you want and say I'm, a hater, but at the end of the day, I'm not hating on him as a person. I'm not hating on his direct news content related to what's happening in the market with like a new set release and stuff. I'm just saying that I'm going to call someone out on their inaccuracy, and that's why I don't trust them. And I don't think that's wrong of me to say. It's one thing if this guy's been completely accurate the entire time, and then I'm saying that, well, I'm skeptical, and then it would be unfair of me to attack him in any way. But for me, if I've seen this guy's content, and I used to follow his content, and I stopped following his content because he was consistently wrong all the time when it comes to this certain aspect of what I follow the most, then it's like, how are you going to get mad at me for that, right? If anything, you should be mad at yourself for the fact that you're in a tribal camp because you're so tied to someone based on the fact of the matter of their accuracy. Like, and I'm not even saying that to like flame the guy, because I'm not trying to ever be negative in this hobby. I don't like to shake shots at people, but when people ask me a question, Eli, what are your thoughts on the fact that he said a reprint's coming? Do you believe it? And I say no, because I don't trust him as a source. That's, what else do you want me to say? What do you want me to lie and say, no, I do trust him as a source, it's confirmed? Should I just say, no, I haven't heard anything from my rep, and like just let it go? Like, I don't know, man. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I could sit here and just I could just sit here and like BS through my teeth, but at the end of the day, it's like, who cares? Like, who freaking cares, right? If he's right, congratulations, he's right. I will eat crow. If there is an ETB reprint coming to the States and it's going to be massive and you're going to see prices crash down to $40 a piece, I will be so happily wrong. I will eat crow all day, and you can flame me for it, because I would be so happy to be wrong. But at the end of the day, he's off a lot of the time. And yes, Eli refused to apologize to PC Radio because of that. Ryan got mad. Also, Rattle was beefing with Octulove and all of the European and Aussies, and Rev just did a video with Julove. PK said because of Rattle not apologizing, he can make it so that there's no more monthly podcast, and it was announced that the podcast wouldn't happen this month because Wazzy fanboys are crazy. Skyla has doubled this month? Are you talking about from what set? Are we talking about from Boundaries Cross, Breakpoint, Shining Fates? Skyla has doubled. Yeah, the fact that this card was as cheap as it was for as long as it was is kind of crazy to me. Where is all the Pokemon trainer hype for other Pokemon products? Can't recall last time saw a Lily plushie or shirt or coffee mug. But here's the deal, man. I'm not here to start beef, right? I have better things to do with my life than start beef with people. At the end of the day, I'm giving my opinion based off of what people are asking me. People said, hey, Eli, what are your thoughts on the news that there's going to be Evolving Skies ETBs coming, reprints coming? It's entirely possible that information could be true. But for me personally, from the source that was mentioned, I have been listening to that source for a while. They've been consistently inaccurate, and for that reason, I do not trust that information. Next, moving on. It is not worth my time to sit here and criticize an individual because I do not think about them. I think about what is relevantly happening in Pokemon right now, and then I move on. So it's one of those things where if someone wants to start beef, then okay, I'm not going to be involved in it because it's just not worth my time. Like, come on, guys. Like, let's be real here. Like, I know everyone wants this to be a spicy thing, but I'm not the spicy YouTuber that, like, is known for being controversial. Go over to Alex's channel if you want that. Oh my gosh. You guys are crazy. Not that I have seen as of moment right now, Scott Buck, but that's probably because I haven't been super duper like focused right now on looking at investment opportunities as it stands for these singles. Pokemon Deals community is usually accurate on sources, and he said he was wrong, but he just using Paladin Games as a source, which are known to be inaccurate. Also true. New monthly podcast featuring Eli, Alex, and Rattle, and called it Keep It 100. Oh God. That's what I'm saying, Mitchell. I just don't have time for this, man. I don't have time for this. That's not shots fired. I love Alex. Are you kidding me? How is that shots fired, man? Alex's whole brand is that he just is hot takes and just makes content that is always going to have people talking about it. And it's a great branding model, and it's going to do extremely well because of his personality. And there's a reason why Alex and I are friends. Like, I like Alex a lot. But at the end of the day, I also like a lot of different people that don't gel with one another, right? Like, I'm friends with Jake from Pokenomics. I'm friends with Alex from Nostalgianomics. I'm friends with Mason from Cardinal Games. Like, I'm friends with so many different Pokemon YouTubers that some people are friendly with one another. Some people are not friendly with one another, right? My whole thing is that, like, I don't understand why drama has to be a thing that I really care to get involved in. Right? That's why when I talked to Alex and he was asking for my opinion on, you know, what was going on with the drama with him and Jake, I said, leave me out of it. That's my opinion. Because this is not something I want to get involved in. The less drama I have in my life, the better, because I just don't have time for drama. Sorry if I repeat the question, but what do you think of the CGC changes? I got some pristine CGC 10s, not sure how to do with them. I made a video about it. If you want to go back, Astagor. It was like a video I posted like a week and a half ago. I have roughly... It's all good, Justin. I just don't want people to blow this up as if it's like so much more like than it is. Like, this is not like... This is nothing, guys. Like... And I hope this doesn't turn into anything because I don't want it to turn into anything because it's not worth my time. And if it does, then I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to move on. And people are going to forget about it in a week or two because people have short attention spans. And that's just the reality of how this works. It's not like I have any sponsors. Oh, no, I'm going to lose my sponsors, right? Like, what? I don't know. I have 12 plus packs of Japanese GX team-ups and roughly 2 boxes of Japanese booster packs. What are your thoughts on older Japanese packs from the team-up era? Wow, I mean, if we see anything that's happening with English, they're probably going to do really well. All right, ultimate investment tip. Magikarp and Pokemon next to the Mountain Moon entrance for 500 Pokédollars. PTCG has always been off on reprints. He got the same backlash for his One Piece reprint video. You know? What's up, JJ? Good to see you, brother. Dude, I would rewind, JJ. There's a lot conversation. He just had it with a thumbnail and question mark at the end. I haven't watched it yet because I saw you were live. You get preference. Hey, I appreciate that, Ben. All right, Pika Heisenberg is now just trolling. The Lily from Bayset has 6x'd in the last year. I know. I need to get on this waifu gang, guys. I know. I understand the waifu craze. I need to get on it. Don't know what I'm doing with my life. I messaged you on Discord for your address, sending you a Middle Earth cookbook since you're a fan of Lord of the Rings. Oh, thank you, Don. I will respond to that here shortly. Eli and Alex in the Octagon. Why would I fight? What? You guys are so crazy. What are my favorite cards from CZ? Yeah, let's ask important questions here, guys. You guys are so crazy. Oh, all right. My favorite cards from CZ. A huge fan of the Giratina artwork. I think it's gorgeous. Big fan of it. You know I'm a Cynthia fanboy. So I gotta give love for my Cynthia girl. Glaceon, huge fan of the Glaceon artwork. Say those are my top 3 favorite. I feel you. Let's get back to Poke Talk and don't worry about it. Eli won't stop. Eli ready? I'm not. I don't want them. Yeah, stop. Eli ready? Eli pretend to be a good boy. Oh, okay. Managed to get a stack of Cosmic Eclipse loose pack 60% below market. They don't appear to resell. It scared me. What are they going for in the US right now? They're going for about $12 in the US. Dude, Alex is shredded now. But Eli has... Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about this? You guys need to comment. You guys are so freaking... Okay, real question. Waifu is something we're just going to have to deal with, even though they're not my favorite. Oh well. Real question, is the Golden Mew going to be the Mew 151 UPC but metal because of the Japanese one? That actually made me think about the Gold Mew from Celebrations. How Celebrations cards were performing? This one, I think the Mew is not a part of the Classic Collection, if I'm correct. It has been performing poorly. What do you guys think? Do you think this is going to be a card that performs really well or not? I don't know, man. Celebrations cards were just so easy to pull. It makes me scared of it. Less drama, more money, baby. Alex and his old Affliction shirts. God, you guys are gonna cause so much trouble on tomorrow's live when I go on Alex to celebrate his birthday. I'm about for 15k worth of liquidity / inventory for my Pokemon business and about 20k in my personal collection. Feels like selling my personal collection would net the best ROI. All right, let me read that one more time. I have about 15k worth of liquidity inventory for my Pokemon business and about 20k worth of my personal collection. It feels like selling my personal collection would net the best ROI. Well, I guess I'm confused by that question, right? Because saying you have about in your inventory 15k and you've got 20 in your personal. Well, obviously you've got more money in your personal, so I guess I'm confused by what you mean by that question. Celebrations isn't large enough, easy to pull stuff. Good point. But why are you saying you can't bring yourself... Why are you trying to sell off your personal collection, Alex? What are your thoughts? Over or under 3 Nostalgianomics shirts sold? Oh, you guys are so mean. I want at least... Okay, it's his birthday today. I want you guys to at least buy... Okay, where... Does he have a website? Where do I buy his t-shirts? Where do I buy his t-shirts? Where's YouTube Studio? That's my Google Analytics. Whoopsies! That is wrong. Where do I go and take a look at where to buy his t-shirts? So if I go look at his t-shirt, okay, so he does have his own website. Where's the merch? Oh, this is cool. I think I like this one better though. How much is he selling the shirts for? That's the real question. It has more artwork and it's cheaper, or it's the same price. Gotta put it in my size so it fits me. Guys, we gotta, like, why are we not supporting the merch right now? If it's his birthday, you should buy one of his shirts. You'll be the first one. Did he just release these shirts? Are these like brand new? Waifu craze starting points, one step. Enjoy female anime teens with... Okay, well, we're moving on. I'm saying I think I'd make way more money selling my personal collection using the funds for my business. Oh, 1,000%, Alex. But, I mean, that's the thing. If you're trying to start your Pokemon business, obviously liquidity is going to be key. So I hate to say it, but yeah, that's going to help. But do you need to do it? Not necessarily, but it just depends, man. T-shirt or Crown Zenith tin? No brainer. Pokey Hallmark jeans and jacket for the Patreon. I know. What am I doing, guys? All right, folks. I need everyone to go buy a Nostalgianomic shirt for the birthday. Why is it not letting me add it to cart? Select a size. Obviously, I'm 5XL because I'm a chunky boy. No, I gotta get an XL because I'm still a chunky boy. But I'm not a 5XL, okay? Man, he's making 5XL size shirts? That's crazy. Alright, I got some information I gotta put in. Doing it because it's his birthday. Because it's just like that. This is totally a business expense. How much is the shipping method? $4 isn't bad. Thank you for skipping the login. No, I don't want PayPal credit. Oh, what? I purchased it with PayPal credit? What do you mean I purchased it with PayPal credit? I didn't mean to do that. Alright, well I purchased it, folks. Did it for his birthday. But I don't know why it said that I did it with PayPal credit. That's lame. I'll have to wear the shirt one of these days, just for funds. We know you're excited to rep the Noms merch IRL, but we need to get the merch produced because every item is made printed just for you. Orders can take 2 to 7 days to ship. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna have to check afterwards just to see how I paid for this, because I would not like to be charged a credit card fee. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Eli, you've been bulking? I hope not. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's confirmed. I did it. Thank you for your purchase, Elijah. I did it. Now go purchase one for Alex. Give him a happy birthday. Give him your money for your birthday. Oh my god, it has the wrong shipping address and everything. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. Where am I in the questions? Because I got first sale since the website launched 3 months ago. Congratulations, Eli. Guys. You know not to turn anyone away from your content, but the reason I love your content is because it's so real, plus you're in your own lane. Gem Mint. Pokemon just started a podcast with the Asian guy. Well, I appreciate that. I definitely try and you know, obviously I make my hot takes from time to time, but I definitely try to stay in my own lane. Still waiting on the Pokemon Hallmark jackets, man. If you ever want to make merch, let me know. I can design you something. That'd be cool. I think it would be cool to make merch in the future. If you buy a membership to his channel, you get 10% off. We're the alt art versions. I know. That's what I'm saying, guys. Getting skamazed here. New move should have bought his membership first, then get into his live rips for the max discount. Oh, disappointment, man. I'm messing up. Request for an autograph? Yo. But credit card fees are points. But this isn't a credit card. I think I did pay over 6 months on accident. Or pay over 4 months. My content is PSA 10 quality. I appreciate that, Carlos. Stop it! I'm not Eli Apple. I'd take Eli Manning over Eli Apple. Also, my full name is technically Elijah as well. Yeah, if I don't get... Alex, if I don't get a signed autograph shirt from you, which I can display in the backdrop, I'm going to be so upset. Is the shirt undervalued? Yes, of course. Most slept on item to the moon at least should be valued at 50 bucks. Financing a $20 shirt? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, did I accidentally finance this? I don't know why. It's not like I don't have 20 bucks in my bank account. Or maybe I don't. Low-key, Pokemart USA is a scam. Had to finance a $20 shirt because he didn't have enough money. It's all been a ruse this entire time. I don't know what that means. Sorry, I'm looking and it says funding source and I don't understand where it's coming from. Did I actually accidentally finance the shirt? That would be so crazy. I did finance the shirt over 6 months. Well, folks, I'm making 6 months of minimum monthly payments. Woo! On a 6. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Can't wait for the Pokemon Crystal Ball to be on sale. I need one. Ooh. Dude, honestly, I feel like I could make such good merch just for fun, where it's like literally the most cheesy things of just the sayings I say. Congrats on your first credit card ding over a t-shirt, right? Do I ever buy and sell slab cards? Typically speaking, I do not flip slabs as much as I used to. I used to do it quite a bit, but right now I've moved more to sealed just because I think it's more conservative. Didn't know Pokémon USA. Hey, guys, I need some donations. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Where's my reimbursement donations? I need people to go donate right now because I had to finance a $25 t-shirt. Like, I need the support. Jesus loves me t-shirt. There you go. No way. Okay, Steve is now the second person to say that. They need Beer, I think beer on monthly payments. Oh my god, that'd be an alcoholic dream. Guys, I financed this $25 t-shirt. I need the support right now for the channel. I don't think you guys understand. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the witching hour here. You guys all know what that means. That means we've got about another couple of minutes before I wrap this up. So get your final questions in, ladies and gentlemen. I know, it should help my credit. I just got to make sure I can make those $4 payments on time. Bob can also confirm the PTCG video is true. All right, guys, do I really got to go and do this? My man Don with the $5. I can make my first month's payment. Woo! Let's go. Big hypes, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, this entire time I had the audio off for the background music. That's crazy. All right, folks. PTCG radio. All right, let's take a look. He said Evolving Skies reprints are confirmed. Where is this his most recent? Wait, no, he said his Evolving Skies reprints are confirmed. But did he say that where did he say Evolving or Cosmic would get a reprint? Did he announce that in the reprint video? Is it the same video or a different one? You didn't, Trino? I made an announcement on the videos. Hey, everyone, here's our latest video today. Right, but I'm saying, so apparently multiple people keep saying PTCG Radio said that there's going to be a Cosmic Eclipse reprint. Is this true, or am I being trolled by like multiple different people right now? My man completely skipping questions. Bro, I am so out of it right now. I'm so sorry. Any Sun and Moon / XY cards worth picking up right now? I think that there's a huge opportunity right now to pick up a lot of the shiny cards from Hidden Fates. Oh, they were referencing the Orbital V-Box. Ah, I see. Gotcha. So it wasn't like booster boxes of Cosmic. It was just saying that they're in the Orbital Bs. Ask the 8-Ball. Great question. I just want to see the video. I just want to watch the video about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. We're going to end it on this note. Eli, would a booster box of Evolving Skies first print be worth much more than the second print? I don't really think so, honestly, but that's just from my personal experience. But I'm going to end it here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you guys all so much for stopping by. As always, we do weekly giveaways. All you have to do to enter is leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and then on Twitter, we're also doing giveaways as it stands right now. We have an active post for if you retweet it and you follow us to win a potential Lost Origin Elite Trainer box. Outside of that, if there's ever a spot at the Patreon, definitely recommend joining. And of course, outside of that as well, If you want to be a part of the community any other way, links down in the description below for the Discord. Stay up to date on all things Pokemon USA. But I said it before and I'll say it again. I'll be doing a live tomorrow on Alex's stream for his birthday. Today's his birthday, so wish him a happy birthday. Also, go buy a t-shirt on his website. Go buy some merch for his birthday. Be a nice person. Less trolls. And but you know, I will be on his channel live tomorrow at 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. So hope you guys have a good rest of your day. But until then, I will see you all